Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessey Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
We're back.
Hello.
Welcome to Booze and Glues.
I'm Jessey.
I'm Tab. That's Brad.
Hello.
I like how he waited this time, so I went and yell at him.
I know when to be
Stop
spoken to.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, so we have some fun little projects tonight. We're working on some cool stuff for my mama's 50th birthday party and some fall things.
What are these going to be for?
Oh, that thought bubble light up thing you write on with dry erase marker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, why is there string tied to them?
Sure.
They're dry erase markers with string tied to them, Jessey. Shouldn't it be obvious? I'm going to attach them to the easel that the Yahtzee scorecard is going to sit on.
That's so smart.
So that then they're like handy.
I like that you're like doing a little bit of black.
Oh, everything's black and white and pink.
Okay, love it.
Mm-hmm. I think you guys got the invitation in a text.
I did.
And so you saw the theme in the background of that. That's my whole theme.
Love it.
Black
I
and white
figured
stripes.
you put that together.
Polka dots, pink flowers. Yes.
I got that from Dan. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
either Dan is working real hard or Tab sent this to him to send to people.
He sent me like a generic text that was like, dinner's at 6, blah. Like, it was very dad, you know, and it had all the details. And I was like, yeah, that's great information. Do you want me to fancy it up a little bit? And he was like, I mean, if you want to. So then I spent like the next 45 minutes on my computer trying to like figure out what font I wanted to use and everything. And I sent it back to him. And he's like, okay, great, thanks. I was like, you know, the invitation sets the tone, right? I mean, you just went through a wedding. You know this. The invitation sets the tone.
Apparently mine was not Tony enough because nobody felt like they needed to RSVP.
Oh. Well,
Since then, I've seen so many funny RSVP cards that are like, if you don't RSVP by this date, bring a sandwich and a lawn chair.
oh, that you send. Like,
Yes.
yeah, not people. Because you got funny ones back.
Oh, yeah, I got
Yeah.
funny ones back. But
But
yeah,
send out, like, look, if you don't RSVP, I'm not buying you dinner.
I wish I would have been more crazy.
Also, bring your own booze.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate how people don't have any manners.
I just don't get it.
I do it in person.
Yeah, Brad kept his in his pocket or some shit for weeks, he said.
Ew, was it warm when he gave it to you? So, I mean, I will say I didn't RSVP to my cousin's baby shower, by like saying, oh, I'm RSVPing. But before the RSVP date, I saw her sister who was throwing the shower and said, oh yeah, I'm totally coming. And also I will help you do anything you need.
Right.
And like helped her do stuff. So I figured that was sufficient.
Yes, I think that is.
But I didn't send an actual text, so she couldn't like check me off of an Excel spreadsheet or anything.
Yeah. I felt bad because last week on Friday, somebody was talking about they sent out invites to their sister's bridal shower. And she's like, I don't know what to do because tomorrow, and at this point, all I know is that me, my sister, and my mom are going to be there.
Oh no, that's not
I'm like,
good.
What?
Oh, I got another invitation for a wedding in the mail this week.
Wow.
I'm very excited because I like these people. But I also was like, I wouldn't be like offended if they didn't invite me because I'm a little far out there. But it's Amber, my sister-in-law Amber's brother and his girlfriend.
Oh.
I mean, I did their hair for years and
Sure.
hung out with them at, all my nieces' birthday parties and stuff. And they're like super sweet and I love both of them. And so I was like, oh, I totally would want to go to their wedding, but I wasn't really sure if I was
You weren't
on
expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guest list. And so Adam opened the mail and I was like, what is this on the counter? And then I was like, oh, I'm so excited. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's in October, too, which is like the best.
Is it going to be like a Halloween themed?
No, I don't think so. Based on the tone that their invitation set.
We're all about that tone.
It was like floral. There was some, burgundies.
Okay.
Mhm.
It looks very classy. I could see there being some nerd stuff in there because they're both pretty like nerdy. They're like the only people I know that I can talk to about Doctor Who to.
Okay.
And Brad.
Oh, does Brad Doctor Who?
Brad Doctor Who's.
Like all the Doctor Who's?
He's not up to the
Yes.
last
See,
season.
Brad's not up to par on Doctor Who.
Oh my god.
There's a gal from my work too that I only see occasionally because she works out of our Sacramento office. That she's like really into Doctor Who. So whenever I see her, I'm like, yay, we're nerds.
Did you see the Lost episode?
I don't remember.
They had to it was an episode they were gonna do, but somehow the footage got like erased or messed up. So someone actually drew it, and I think it was they used the voiceover from it because they still had the audio, they just didn't have the picture.
Right.
So they had someone else draw it, and then they decided to, for like 2 days, they
Make
said,
it like an animation.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
and they did they put it in theaters.
Well, I don't think that I watched a Doctor Who. I'm not gonna profess to be like some kind of cool Doctor Who person that knows. And maybe that's like an enigma or a little paradoxical, like a cool Doctor Who person. But,
I don't think that really works.
I haven't watched all the old seasons of Doctor Who. I've only watched the reboot.
So since whatever that guy's, I can't even think of his name.
Eccleston.
Yes.
But she knows his name.
I get way too overly attached to whoever the current Doctor Who character is, and so whenever he regenerates, I always take a break because I'm sad. I have to mourn the other person, and then I hate watch the first 3 episodes of the next season. I'm like, you're not Doctor Who, and then I'm like, oh, but he is. But so I'm all current, and I'm so stoked for the woman version of Doctor Who. So that I'm looking forward to that. That's really cute.
Your handwriting.
It's so beautiful.
I'm just
Can we get an exclamation point?
Yeah.
How do you feel about drawing a tiny champagne glass or 2
I could do that.
up around Cheers? That would be cute.
Like right here.
Yeah. Little crossed ones.
That's what I was
or
thinking.
clinking ones.
But why not
Cheers
at the
to 50
top?
years.
Wow, you're really...
Jesse, I have high expectations for you.
What?
I know you're fucking epic, so.
Why not at the top of it, where there's a bunch of room?
Where it says happy birthday in gold writing.
Didn't see that.
Oh.
You think I just didn't center it?
She just put it halfway down the board and was like, I'll start here.
You've been drinking, Jesse.
Oh, yeah. She's drinker.
Be careful, I'll punch you.
Yeah. You are starting to look like a house, Brad. She's had a whole third of a Pacifico. Woo!
Yeah, it takes a lot more than that for me to punch.
So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
I think we haven't drank beer on the podcast in a long time.
No, it has been a while.
A little minute. I also did buy 9 bottles of champagne and several packs of canned wine from Trader Joe's. I didn't buy the champagne at Trader Joe's, but that's beside the point, for the birthday party. So, yeah.
I'm just going to do 1 champagne glass.
Good stuff.
I don't want it to be squished.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I can maybe do
I thought you were saying at the reception. I'm like, or the reception. The birthday party. I'm like, you can have more than 1.
Max 3.
3 drinks.
But probably only 2 while my boss is there.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Which boss?
The sweet one.
Trish?
I like how he immediately guessed. I mean, there's only a couple of options.
Yeah, and I met her. She's the only one that I did meet.
Oh, when did you meet Trish, Brad?
You met Courtney?
Oh, at the
yeah,
wedding?
I did. I met Courtney at the ball game, and I met Trish at the wedding.
Yes.
I
Courtney
thought
was
we
also at
talked
the
to-
wedding.
Yeah, we talked to Courtney at the wedding. Because I talked to him about how you're the other part of the podcast.
You might have talked to him about it.
No, you were standing there.
Was I?
I remember.
I was
Brad
drinking
was
at that
probably-
wedding.
He's a tall
All-
dude. He limps.
Yeah, I remember him from the ball game. I don't remember from the wedding.
Literally, I never noticed that at all.
Really?
No.
I mean, he holds it together pretty good. Like,
Does he only limp when he's drunk?
he
Yeah.
limps pretty good all the time.
Because I do that too. Like, one of my heels is falling off. No, screw that. I'm never wearing heels again. I think I finally learned my lesson at Jessey's bachelorette party, because the wounds on my toe took a month to fully heal, and it took a couple of weeks before I got all the feeling back in a couple of my toes, and I feel like that's probably not a price that's worth paying. So fuck anybody who thinks I should be wearing high heels. That's what I think.
Well,
Oh, that's so cute.
Heather-
Draw bubbles in it.
I can do that. Heather's back got all screwed up. She was going to chiropractor twice a week and stuff after that night too.
Yeah. We're too old for this shit.
Apparently.
I mean, I don't know how you see these women in their 60s wearing these little stiletto heels and stuff. I'm like, who are you trying to impress? What the hell are you trying to prove? No.
Or
Jessey looks
clapping
like
right
she's
now.
having a seizure now, but I think she's dancing.
Funny because when we were doing accreditation, I would we'd be spending weekends together as well as the whole week,
Right.
writing and being
Everyone's
crazy.
at work or with each other from work way too much.
Yeah. Well, it was just me, Trish, and Courtney.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well, that's
much.
good.
And I would get into these moods where in order to keep myself going, I had to stand up and we'd be talking about something and I'd just be dancing. And Trish started thinking, she's like, "You're going crazy."
Yeah. No, you might need some help
You're gonna
doing
be
to schedule
I'm
a
gonna
session.
be the reason, you have to quit your job and
You're like, no, I usually just keep this under wraps, but you're seeing me all weekend now, so there's no time for me to get this out.
So it happens still every once in a while, when I'm really just lagging.
Yeah.
I'll get up and go talk to her about something and I'll be dancing. And she's like, "Oh." No, the other day she
It's
goes,
coming.
"Oh no." She's like, "Something is wrong with Jessey. She's dancing again."
It's happening again.
And I'm like, "It's really not a bad thing."
You're
It's
like,
just
I'm
me
trying to-
getting amped.
Yeah, it's a way of releasing serotonin in your own brain. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm dancing. I'm having fun. I'm
Boom,
moving a
boom.
little bit.
Best day ever.
Yeah, and then so it's a little kick to the old,
Yeah.
I don't, meatloaf?
Is that what you consider your brain? It's
I like
a
to think
meatloaf?
that my brain is more than meatloaf.
The old Jell-O mold.
Wow.
What other things can we call our brains? I feel like it's just, noggin just feels like your head. I want to convey specifically your brain tissue
The squishy thought processing.
to the old gray matter. That is so cute, Jessey. It turned out so great. I love you so much. Thank you for drawing stuff. And now I get
It's
to be
fun.
like, look, Mom, Jessey helped me do decorations. And she'll feel so special.
Well, duh. She is
And I'll be
special.
like, Brad just sat there and looked at us. He was no help at all.
But he thought of you.
Yeah, he almost gifted you some random shit from his house. Is my mom about to get a picture of a cow?
No,
On
no
a
one's
telephone?
no one's getting my pictures of cows and telephone.
Can I please bring something?
You
I
can
just feel so useless.
you can help me set up that morning. That's amazing.
Okay.
Seriously, decorating is going to be a chore, and I know you and I are very much on the same page of like, oh no, that's not even, it has to be straight. Whereas if I go with my husband, one of us will be leaving very upset.
Probably you.
It might be him. I get real
Really?
mean.
Because usually, like,
You can't do anything right, can you? No.
usually I get mean, but it upsets me more
Yeah.
than Blake lets it upset himself.
Yeah, no, Adam too. He's just like, okay.
Same
And then
with
I'm-
Courtney at work.
I'm just like burning up. And he's just like,
yeah.
well,
Trish and I will be like all fired up about something, and he's like, okay.
you're like, no. I'm yelling at you. You're supposed to. I sometimes.
It's not even necessarily about him.
Yeah, no, I know.
We just need somebody else to like be on our side or something, and he's like, meh.
Yeah.
Well, because if you get everyone that's just, heated.
Stop, Brad.
It
Quit
doesn't
being
quite help.
reasonable.
That's all we want in life is for everybody to be as upset about things as we are.
That's mob mentality right there. Let's all get pitchforks.
Burn this place down. You guys, we're just out of ketchup.
Anarchy.
I legitimately, there are times because Adam is like so extremely chill. Now I've seen Blake like stand up and be like, no, like that's too far or whatever, and so he'll stand his ground a little bit. Adam is just like way so like, oh, I don't want to have a confrontation. I'll just get along, to the point of like, sometimes I'm just like, would you fight with me, please? Like, I want you to fight with me.
Yeah, Blake will fight back.
So do you guys like sit on the couch and then you just slug them?
No,
Let's fight.
that's physical abuse, and that's not okay. Mental abuse is also not okay. But I don't think it's wrong to be like, look, I'm expressing myself, and just because I'm expressing myself doesn't mean that I'm right. I mean, I am, but
I'm always right.
right? I mean, yeah, obviously. But I'm like, just because I'm saying how I feel or what I think of a situation or, whatever, doesn't mean that that is the ultimate truth. And so I need someone to push back and say, oh, no. I need somebody to say, like, you're getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
You gotta have somebody push back a little bit. Sometimes you need a fight.
I think you need to take it down a notch. You're getting way too heated.
Otherwise, you shush, Brad. It's not gonna work. I just feel like otherwise, it's just one person like ranting and raving and the other person saying nothing. That doesn't really get you anywhere.
Well, you could use the whole waiting for you to get a level head and then talk to.
Anyways,
Man, this
back
is
on the
peaking.
me always being right. Do you want me to put my mic further away?
No, it's not you. I don't know. It could be me. I think it might have been
Maybe
me.
you need to put your mic further away.
I do.
Because you're holding your mic really close. Heavy breather. This is a section of the podcast we like to call heavy breather. It's ASMR for some folks out there. Oh my God, Brad. Do not make that face.
What was he doing?
You don't want to know. It was real disturbing.
As
He looked
always.
a little bit like Jar Jar Binks, to be honest.
Glad I got that in my pocket. A Jar Jar Binks look.
And Jessey is going, huh? Who? Her brow is extremely furrowed at the moment.
I mean, I think
Star
I know who Jar
Wars?
Jar Binks is.
He's
he-
the annoying one from Star Wars.
The one that goes like this?
No, that's C-3PO. Oh my God.
Oh no, Jar Jar Binks is a living creature.
He's the one that's like.
Don't get frustrated.
He's the one that's like,
doesn't
Misa,
know.
love you.
Oh my God.
And he always does that thing. And
can't
Oh,
stand
the one
it.
that goes.
I think
Sure.
you're thinking of R2D2.
No,
Another robot?
the all hairy one.
No, that's Chewbacca.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think Chewbacca goes.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Doesn't he make little
He's like.
Oh,
Have you seen like episode 1?
I'm like,
Phantom
Ewoks?
Menace?
I haven't seen like any of them. Maybe.
Missing out.
I think I saw one.
I do not understand how people can be so freaking upset about these newer movies and still put up with that bullshit.
Oh no.
Because I'm like, okay, 4, 5, and 6, classic, wonderful. 1, 2, and 3, completely terrible. Still watch them because it's part of the story. These new movies, in my opinion, my humble opinion, have not been that bad. Like, get off your fucking high horse. I think these people just have like
Tab's humble opinion, that's always right.
Right.
That's why I said it sarcastically. No, I'm like, do you not have anything else going on in your life?
No, most people
Well,
don't.
Well, I mean, like, I love Star Wars, and I'm down to, like, critique something. I'm down to trash some stuff. I'll talk all kinds of shit. But, like, I also have, like, real world problems. That's not my main concern.
Are you including the like side ones as well, like the
Rogue One
Rogue One?
was great.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I did not like the hour after the movie when my son was crying and pissed because every single person in the movie died. But
You should hope this is Suicide Squad. That's all.
yeah, I mean, no.
Right straight, apparently.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
The
'cause
bubble's
I don't-
already crooked.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of crooked. Oh yeah, I know.
And Han Solo was.
It was fine.
I mean, it was fine, but
I mean,
my
I
opinion
thought it was
like,
cute. I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, and I can tell you what, it's not worse than Episode 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, no. I'll give you that. Yeah, no. I'd much rather see Han Solo like 7,000 times than see
So,
those three once.
what are these people losing their gourds over? Like, chill out, man.
I guess if you're comparing them to
The books?
to 4, 5, and 6.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's like this classic thing. It has like all this nostalgia around it from back when you were a child and your life wasn't complicated and you didn't have bills and you hadn't been, just kicked in the ass by life.
Why can't we go back to those days?
Yeah,
Am I
right?
right?
So, I mean, like, I get that. But I'm also like, dude, just calm down. There's that guy that has that, like, Kickstarter or whatever because he wants to remake the new movies. Oh, my dog's barking. Sorry. He wants to make the new movies all male. He literally has, like, a, campaign, like a GoFundMe or whatever the hell it is, because he wants to recast the whole movie and make Rey a man.
So what about and Leia? I mean, is he going to redo all of them?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe she doesn't care because she's part of the original ones. It was too. I don't know. He's probably some like men's rights activist or something. Which
Is that a thing?
kudos on life, dude. But seriously, why? Why is this your like life's ambition? It's so insane.
Probably because he lives in an attic of his mom's house.
Dude, there's no way he lives in an attic. He's crawling out of the basement.
Same thing.
Way too slimy.
It's hot up there. You gotta stay down in
Attics
the
are
basement.
hot and dry. Basements are cooled and slimy, which I feel like a men's rights activist has to be just a cold, slimy bastard.
Or a cool nerdy guy who plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Nope.
No?
You're definitely not cool if you're a men's rights activist.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, the basement's not just for.
Oh, no, yeah, you can play
Slimy.
Dungeons and Dragons down there. You can play Dungeons and Dragons in an attic, too. So when I was a kid, we lived in this house. It was really weird. It had like a quote unquote third story, but it was because they'd like converted the attic into living space.
Mm-hmm.
It was super trippy. And so like my stepdad's office was up there, so like we didn't go up there or anything. But there was like little secret doors and stuff in this house. It was so strange. It was really cool. I was 100% convinced it was haunted. In fact, I'm fairly certain, I think I was 10-ish when we lived there, that I saw a little girl on the staircase one day. And there wasn't another little girl in the house. So that was a little disturbing.
And that's how you met Jessey.
No.
This was way cuter on it.
Jesse's not a haunted. There's something about
She's a
like
pasty
ghost
white
children
ghost.
that are so scary.
I think they're scary.
Pasty white ghost.
I see dead people.
No spoilers.
Have you even seen that movie?
Sixth Sense?
Yes.
Probably at one point in my life.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So this house over the back of the garage, there was like a wood shed at the back of the garage, like outside behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then over that was this like weird little like space that they enclosed. And so we made it our clubhouse. And it was so great. It was just like this cool little spot. And being a kid and having a space that's like, this is just mine and I'm going to decorate it with whatever I want. And we're like, have no supervision up here and no parents are allowed. I mean, not that they couldn't have come in, but they didn't, you know.
Sounds like your room.
No, because like your room, it's like your parents are like, well, you know, it's not like completely yours to decorate or something, I guess. I don't know. I mean, mine wasn't when I was a kid. It was like, here are your things, you know. So it was just really fun. But we used to play a lot of Ouija board up there.
Oh, and you wonder why you're seeing ghost children. You probably called it.
Yeah, I've been waiting my whole life to see ghost children. Don't hurt me. I'm always like fascinated by that stuff, but then also a little bit like, but maybe I don't really want to know, because you hear these stories of people who like had some like dark energy, like, you know, follow them home or haunt them for years or something, and they're miserable. And I'm like, you know, as cool as it would be to be like, oh yeah, there's definitely something else, I also like don't want that. And I don't know if you get to pick your haunting.
I just recently watched a story about a lady that claims she has had sex with multiple ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
To have sex with ghosts?
Yeah, well, like spirits or something. So the woman form is a succubus
Ooh.
that visits men and like rapes
Sucks
them.
Rapes them. You say rape.
Well, she said that her husband caught her cheating on him with a ghost, and so
What's this on Maury Povich?
I don't
It's not
know.
Jerry Springer.
She was English.
And then at the end, he came out and there was like a ghost baby, and he's like, "You are not the father." No, I feel like there is a male version of that as well, but I can't remember what it's called now. But that's like a known thing in like the paranormal world, is that there's like these like spirits that like haunt and like
Let's
take
get back to the
advantage
rape.
of.
Let's get back to this ghost rape.
No, she was not getting raped. She liked it a lot.
Oh, she was fully participating in a spiritual
She would like
affair.
go into her room and like get in sexy lingerie to like lure him.
Okay.
I'm gonna
okay,
laugh. Just
this
her husband in like a bed sheet. Just like, woo! I'm a ghost.
No, because he saw her having sex with him when he got home.
Well, maybe it was the postman. I don't know.
And then she was just like, "There wasn't anybody here."
It was a ghost, honey.
That's interesting. Very interesting. I think Brad's trying to get us into some awkward conversation about how men can't be raped, but that's not true.
No, I was gonna say. I mean,
From
did
what I
he enjoy it?
understand,
Because
well, no, from what I understand, it's terrifying, and you're being forced, and obviously it's a, you know, not a human, and you're, what the hell's going on? So I would say that is rape.
yeah, well,
Yeah. I mean, obviously that lady put on some lingerie, so that wasn't what was happening to her.
She was not getting raped.
I just see. I would just crack
Just
up
to
to
be
be a
clear,
nocturnal.
you can get raped in lingerie. Just because you think you might want to have sex doesn't mean that when the time comes you can't say no. That's just a PSA.
Thank you. The more you know.
You know, I don't want to be problematic here, so just want to make that clear.
This isn't turning out like I wanted.
No, that one looks so cute.
It just feels.
Jessey, you're being too much of a perfectionist.
I know that. But I can't engage in talks about Star Wars.
Or
You get some
ghost
more-
sex, or
No, I can definitely talk about ghost sex.
you did have
See,
that
now-
wonderful anecdote.
Wouldn't it just be like a nocturnal emission? I mean, what's the difference of dream sex and ghost sex?
Well, I mean, usually, and I can't say for everyone, dream sex is a happy thing, right?
Mine,
I've never had dream sex and been horrified. Now, had I ever
I
been...
never had sex about me having sex. It's always Blake having sex.
Oh, so then that is upsetting, dream sex.
Well,
You never have dreams about you getting some girl?
Nope, it's always
Oh.
Blake, and I'm crying in
That
the background.
son of a bitch.
I wake up mad at him more than I'd like to admit.
I will cut him. You're going to have to cut that out, Brad, so when later I do cut him,
There's
this
no
can't
evidence,
be used
yeah.
as evidence, okay? Yeah, I feel like obviously had I experienced some kind of trauma in my life, like there are probably people who do have horrible dreams that are sexually related. But
See, I always
no, I think it's a lot different to be like, oh, I had a sexy dream than to be like, I was scared and I couldn't move and whatever. I mean, I would imagine, even if it's just your psychological, like your brain telling you that you're being raped, it's just as traumatic.
Sure.
see. I was just thinking of like Ghostbusters when the ghost came and and the sexy ghost girl to, I think it was Ray. And then, it was there, and then it was hovering above him, and then it disappeared, and then he's like, ah. And then all of a sudden his pants started unzipping.
I kind of don't remember what you're talking about, and I feel like I know Ghostbusters really well.
Apparently not well enough.
Apparently. I mean, I was thinking about the new Ghostbusters.
No.
Remember when that Helmsworth boy was possessed?
I haven't seen the new one.
Because, Jesse, have you seen it?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Brad, are you even a Ghostbusters fan?
I'm a fan of the first two. I can't be a fan of something I have not seen.
It's good. I was on the fence, but it's good. It's really cute. I might get into some lingerie for him when he was possessed.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
He's adorable.
Who is it?
Is it Chris Helmsworth?
Oh.
He plays a nerd. And he's like a dumb nerd in that show. And he's so endearing. Like, so cute. I like nerds anyways, but he's like...
I don't think that's like out of character for you to be into that.
Yeah. So I told Adam last night, I was like, I was sitting in the bathtub drinking beer and watching Doctor Who. And I was like, man, I must be some nerd out there. It's like ideal woman. And Adam just looked at me and was like, yeah. I looked at him. I'm like, dude, the right answer is like, you're this nerd's ideal woman. He's like, I'm not a nerd. I was like, dude, I hate to break it to you. You are a nerd and you are not playing this very well.
That is funny.
Well, what qualifies for a nerd?
I don't know, just nerdy. He wears glasses. He knows a lot of statistics about stuff.
He's a transpons monster like me.
No. But he likes all the nerdy stuff for the most part. That's really cute. He likes all the Star Wars and things. That's kind of nerdy. He's not as much of a nerd as I am.
Okay.
But still. I'm like, what else are you going to classify him as? Like, if you're going, like, high school, he's not a stoner. He's not a jock. He's a nerd.
Well, I don't know. For all I know, he's,
That's
fullback champion of
50 is the new
his high school.
25. Twice. Love it.
Love
Perfect.
it.
So, our fall crafts this week's are pretty much take these letters out of a bucket, Done.
Love it.
But I was going to say, I do have these little leaves and stuff if we want to make our home have like a leaf on the O. If you're not ready for pumpkins yet. And also, side note, you may have noticed that I found some freaking styrofoam pumpkins at the dollar store finally. But they're kind of bigger than I remember now, so
They're big.
yeah.
You said at the dollar store?
Yes.
Which one?
The one on by the movie theater.
Okay.
Is Brad going to get some?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure they have them at both.
You know, I've been to both. I went to both. I went all over the place looking for them. I couldn't find them anywhere, and then I ran into the dollar store to like pick up plastic tablecloth or something, and they were sitting by the front door. I was like, they just put them out, so I was like, I'm gonna take some of these. So that will be our next fall project: is painting those pumpkins, make them all look cute and rustic. We're gonna take the little stems off and put real wood stems. So you got branches at your house. I figure we could probably find some branches.
Yeah.
Snap
Probably
some
have branches.
snap some twigs. So that'll be kind of a little project. But I'm very excited.
Love it.
Hey, so we're going to move on to our next craft.
Bye.
In the meantime, drink up.
You have craft to do.
Peace out.